it's just unfortunately right now too, there's been such a big public pushback right now too because it's affecting a lot of people's everyday lives too. Like as much as like I wouldn't say it's all because of AI, but lots of decision makings that happen because of the AI industry, they have definitely caused a lot of like increased prices. For example, someone's utility bills actually went up by like 100% within the last
Yeah, if you
month.
live around a data
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another night. Sorry for, in this case, nothing happening from last week. I was working on a personal project on behalf of the podcast channel. Still working on it, still,
He's
but
lying.
yeah.
So-
But I at least want to
He's
get
trying to
this.
stuff himself.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Mhm.
But yes. No shit. Regardless, I'm gonna need to like get this recording session now too because probably by the next week too, Victor, you won't be with us for the entirety of next month. Oh no, he's flying out to Vietnam. Like, yeah, he's just gonna be gone, Michael. So that's why I say I just want to get this recording before anything else. So with that too, if anything, if you want to divulge on, if not, we can proceed onwards about what I would like to cover for today's topic.
You like to cover.
Obviously, all
Yeah,
the
we'll talk
bullshit.
today.
Oh yeah, and it feels weird now, right, that we don't have a stream too. But yes, we're gonna be talking about fucking Microslop. I mean, in general, like everything that's gone on
Talking
with
about
AI.
fucking Michael. Crazy.
Yeah, why do you call him a Microslop? That's only meant for the actual company Microsoft, Victor.
Said Mike.
I said micro.
He said fucking Michael.
Oh my god. But yes. No, I
Prepare
did not.
yourself.
Oh my god, regardless. So, moving forward too. So, the name, for the most part, if anybody is not aware too, Microslop is the crowd's reaction to whenever the CEO of Microsoft has said otherwise to, in his own blog, to stop calling like AI generated content as slop.
Yeah,
So the internet did what the internet does most. It, instead of calling slop on generic AI, it just started rebranding Microsoft to Microslop. What a PR nightmare this has become for them.
I think what's gonna happen. I think everyone was gonna be like,
I mean, realistically, all this really does is kind of shows us like how out of touch they are with what they're doing to what like the actual consumers actually give a fuck about.
or
Because
this is part of the time.
even then too, what was this achieving?
I don't know. Maybe they're just gonna love.
We don't have that high of an IQ like Microslop, bro.
Like I said, if I give them the benefit of the doubt too, it doesn't make sense regardless. Like no matter if they want to spin it to the point where, hey, this is something that we're trying to adjust and become cool with the people too by getting everyone to hate on us while everyone else is doing it, which that doesn't make sense. Microsoft is directly competing against right now Meta, Google, and hell, Anthropic as well. Actually, Meta doesn't even count in this kind of fucking race. Their AI shit is kind of fucked in a lot of ways, more than one. So the best way how if everyone is reacting to this, it's pretty much rightfully so. They don't understand right now like the current reason why people at all are like upset about the whole trend and phases right now with them being against AI, right? In many aspects too. I am sick and tired of seeing a lot of these AIs getting shoved down a lot of products.
I know they understand, but they're just gonna continue on with it because that's where the
Yeah, like they're doing this just because they don't want to like make the investors worried that this is something that like, oh, maybe we shouldn't put money in something that is obviously hated by the public. When in reality too, these are probably the same corporations, companies too, that would rather not have to deal with us. Even though, let's be honest too, where else are you going to get fucking money? Investors can only give you so much money until they ask for something in return. So that's just at least based on common sense logic here, right? I don't know what else they're doing about it too. Hell, I think Ubisoft has already gone back to when they first become an IPO its stock price range. That company is abysmally done. So is EA,
we
and
don't talk about Ubisoft anymore.
yeah, yeah, Ubisoft,
Sad. I
Ubislop.
grew up playing. Now they're all.
Yeah, now we get to call them
Yeah.
Ubislop.
Well, that's just what happens when you can't keep up with it.
Yeah, can't keep up with times.
Just like Sears. You remember Sears?
Yep.
Nope. I remember.
That big ass American department store. I even told my girlfriend about Sears too, how it was like one of like America's bigger department store company brands too. Like you could straight up buy a
It was
house from there.
It was Amazon before.
Yeah, something to all you Gen Zers that don't know about Sears. If you did too, oh my god, I'm sorry that you had to suffer through that with your parents. I guess I don't know.
Mm.
But yes, we had
Okay.
Sears. But coming back into the topic here with it, in your honest opinion too, do you think right now it's at least for the most part adequate that Microsoft gets what they deserve for all the recent things that's been going on with them?
Well, I wouldn't say if that's the case. I wouldn't just solely point the finger at every every company pursuing it.
Yeah. So it's not in general, like in this case, it's Microsoft pursuing AI. That's not really the issue. But it's also like the stance that they have about it, that they are trying to shove every single ounce of anything that we use as our everyday life to have
That's
some
fine,
AI
but
features.
like I said, every other company does the same.
Yeah.
Facebook's doing the same thing. They're all doing the same thing.
Yeah.
But I guess Microsoft is more relevant because we interact with Microsoft probably the most.
Like it would also shock me too otherwise that like Apple is going to do something in that realm as well, since we've also heard too, Michael, that
Apple already
Apple is
does.
developing another AI pin thing again, wearable pin
But
again.
Apple already does. Siri does.
Yeah, it's exactly the
Siri
same.
annoys the crap out of me.
That's well, yeah, fair enough. There are times too where like I'm not even saying anything and then Siri just fucking pops up. You better not. Okay, good. As I'm looking at my phone, making sure it does not happen that way. But I think let's just go through what's like why some people do feel infuriated by a lot of this stuff that Microsoft is doing. Albeit them doing AI stuff is like part of it. The other issue that a lot of people had with it is the fact that in general, Microsoft has been like so adamantly focused of trying to turn your operating system into like a marketing platform for other companies, such as like the most recent like Windows 11 update or stuff too. Whenever like you want to search something that's inside of your computer with the Windows search bar stuff too, or start search to. It doesn't give you the app to, but as soon as you complete the word to, it gives in this case a website link URL to another app that you don't have.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, why the fuck would I care about that? I know what I'm searching for in this case, and I want to search for the stuff that's in my computer. If I wanted to look for this software to begin with, if I want to look for that software, I'll go look at it in the internet browser. Why would I want that in the actual Windows operating system?
Knowing like you mistype a letter and it's a completely programmed browser.
And then next thing you know, it asks you,
it is annoying.
and then it asks you, do you want to make Edge as your default browser? Fuck no, get it out of here. like in this case, Michael, that you being like
all
right. So in this case, you already are running Windows 11 for a bit too. What has been like an annoying ass feature that you would wish that you could just get rid of it?
Am I running? I think
I thought you were running Windows 11 too because we upgraded your shit. No?
I probably am. I don't know. I've been going.
Is all your icons in the middle?
Yeah, then it's Windows
It's
11. So
Well, I haven't seen unless I have to. I tend
Yeah.
to turn off a lot of.
Which wouldn't be surprising.
Yeah.
Too, after
Yeah.
Windows installation.
yeah, exactly, me as well too. Because guess what too? For those that don't know too, Windows 11 and like all their other stuff too is also eating up some of your precious memory stuff, or precious memory, or RAM, or just resources on your computer.
Your computer. It's just taking up your computer, bro.
Yeah, it's just taking up your computer, which is just like, I don't need you to do all this stuff, but it's all because
That
the
I
fact
know.
that they're also like doing this for like reasons of like, oh, we're trying to make sure that like the usability and the whole like operation or feel for the computer is like very good. But it's like, you're also hindering those that have like shitty builds that in this case are kind of forced to like get Windows 11 with already increasing hardware prices. So it's like, how are people actually going to get Windows 11 if you also discontinued Windows 10 support, which they did like back in October?
Mm-hmm.
Now, in all fairness too, generally it's not that big of a deal too, but regardless, stopping support of Windows 10 is something that's really
all
bad.
That means,
Yeah.
all that doesn't
Yeah.
not supporting doesn't mean. Give me a second.
Yeah. I think to fill in what Victor was trying to say here, them not supporting it doesn't mean too that it's just absolutely obsolete or it's going to be broken too. People will still use Windows 10. It's just that you're now going to be like, as the years go on, you'll probably be at an increased risk of, let's say, potentially you have some person that knows an exploit about Windows 10. And in that case, they can do all that, but there won't be any security updates or patches coming in for Windows 10 because, yeah, they just said, nope, we're just going to stop supporting it and everybody move on to Windows 11, which I'll play devil's advocate about this here too. I think it's generally fine. Windows 11 should be fine in a lot of like core systems too. Like it does have decent security features built in. The only issue I have with it is the fact that it is effectively like a data scraping operating system where it wants to like send a lot of shit over. So Microsoft, the only reason you're called a slop is not because of AI. It's just the fact that genuinely speaking, you have made your operating system, which is your core flagship of your business here, into literally something that people would rather run Linux.
Yeah.
That is the now for you, Victor. You wouldn't take this number as much too. Where like as of like last year too, there's been like a 5% increase of Linux users overall, like worldwide. Now that may not mean that much money numbers to you, but 5% is still 5%. Where it's still like a hefty amount of people switching over to Linux from
Mhm.
Windows to Linux.
That's the reason why we keep it as really understand the scale of things. And compared to the whole scale of things,
Yeah, it's not that much. If anything, Microsoft still dominates a lot of the operating space too. But needless to say too,
I mean,
as someone that holds
there's a
position-
reason why, right? There's a
Mhm.
reason why they do. Everybody makes programs for Windows.
Mhm.
Linux, because of its small percentage of users, is an afterthought. And,
And a
and they
lot-
make Mac and they make programs for Mac OS because people buy Apple for some reason.
looks at majority of us that own the Apple product besides Michael here, you need to get a new phone, dog.
Okay, well, disregard phones. Let's
Yeah, yeah.
disregard the phones. I mean, like laptops and computers. And
Yeah, that. Sorry if I bashed you on that one, Michael. I had to throw that
Never.
joke in. Man, but yeah. But moving along with this, yeah, to say the very least, there's a lot of layers to why people are very unsatisfied with Microsoft right now, and then them sticking on the term Microslop feels very, very fitting for what they're doing right now. Especially since they're also the ones that also wasted fucking billions of dollars acquiring Activision Blizzard, only for them to do jack shit with the IP. Okay, I take that back. They did make some stuff like the new Diablo or the new like Black Ops, but genuinely speaking, those games are like mediocre or just bad.
I'm
They
sure
made
that's because
money.
I'm sure that's Vision Blizzard to begin. Not
Yeah, it's not Microsoft's fault. Yeah, like we
I'm
already
sure they're
know.
already bad to begin.
Yeah, Bobby Kotick decided to cash out when he could. God damn. But moving on from this too, the whole talk with, let's be in generality about this here. AI as a something that, or at least the more specifically LLM AIs, is this something that like most people every day would be able to use? Yes or no?
Depends. Technically, yes. Realistically, no.
Right. Because like I'll be the first one to say it here, at least on behalf of the Hotcast podcast here too. One of my projects that I'm doing.
That was lame.
God. Yeah, that was definitely a name. But on behalf of the podcast here too, I am working on a project that utilizes like LLMs to help me create some shorts here, right? All it would do is that like I would just take our videos, throw it through a transcriber, and have the AI just read off a transcription to pick out like clips in that portion too. And then I can like either have it edited or I can like edit myself to upload shorts that way. Like that's like super useful for something like what we're doing here too. But that's not going to apply to like everybody here, right? Since not everyone can be like that focused on like creation and whatnot. And to be
But it's not about also about having the resources to run LLMs.
Yeah.
LLMs are resource intensive. I mean,
Yeah.
sure, there are small LLMs that you can run on a phone or whatever, but they're not good. The bigger ones.
large language model, that is the acronym for it.
So ChatGPT, generative
Oh.
AI, runs off of.
Now, there was a paper that was mentioned too that like at the mode right now, the current AI technology that we're using, the creator of originally the LLM even stated too that like this was not, in this case, this wouldn't be able to take AI to become like to the level of AGI or artificial general intelligence. LLM is sort of like meant for us to get an understanding on how the system should be able to work, but to be able to get to, in this case, for every AI company, they want to be the first to get to artificial general intelligence. The current scale that they're going at with this too is not feasible.
Just because we're constrained.
Mhm.
They want
Yeah. So,
Give it 20 years.
yeah, because like I say it's unfeasible right now too, because let's take for example when you mentioned ChatGPT. Did you know that like apparently with OpenAI they're not looking that great, at least on the books wise? Michael, I'm gonna give you a fun trivia or guessing game on this one too. How much money do you think that they are projected to lose this year?
Who?
OpenAI. They're the ones that own ChatGPT.
30%.
30% of what?
give a dollar amount. Give a dollar.
Yeah, give a dollar amount. You do not have to be right on this too. I will give you the answer for this.
1 billion.
It's actually 14 billion.
I knew if I said millions, I'd be drastically under.
Yeah, and even then, it's still under it. Yes. And they are projected, at least based on a lot of financial analysts too, they could just straight up go bankrupt next year.
What happened?
For all we know too,
ChatGPT,
Microsoft, it's either that too or Chat. Well, here's the thing. OpenAI is already owned by Microsoft. It's just the fact that matters that like the problem
Yeah.
is that like I'd rather not use.
Why?
Yeah. No, if any, it will just go to
You know-
Microsoft because they have Copilot.
You know, honest may not be a bad thing if
It would just become Copilot.
Yeah, which everybody absolutely hates more than anything because guess what, too? Nobody really likes using Copilot. Nobody even really likes ChatGPT. Everybody in this case, the best AI LM models for anybody that wants to know, you may take this as an opinion, but objectively speaking, Anthropic's Claude AI is currently the top performing AI models. Gemini is getting there, but in everything else, Claude is the only one that, out of a lot of things that based on AI engineers, what they're testing for, Claude is apparently really outperforms a lot of models, even the more open source model that's coming from like the Chinese overseas. So,
do you wonder how many, like, not just at the company, how many around the chat people
ChatGPT.
rely on?
I mean, people are already losing money right now trying to adopt AI as part of their business models because as of today now too, a lot of companies are reporting that despite like everything like cutting down cost of like leaning out a lot of employee numbers too, they're not making a money. They're not making money back from running AI systems, and if anything, it's costing them even more money than they did with a bunch of human employees. It's almost the irony part of it too that like you're hoping that this would save you money by having a reduced headcount, but then this new employee that you brought in too, you have to put so much money into this in order for it to actually function the way that you want it to. And even if that's the case too, it's like 80% reliable that you end up hiring another person to double check its work. Sort of like we're back to square one with this, where like the AI itself is, yes, I think at some point it would be able to replace like jobs, but most predominantly it'll be replacing those that are in corporate more than that. It will replace them first, and then eventually when robotics get up there too, it might replace blue collar jobs too, but we won't know until that actually happens. But we already see the impact already too with all this. And with it too, OpenAI is like struggling to figure out like how the fuck are they supposed to make money, because apparently based on this reporting here too, where only 5% of the active users that are using ChatGPT, 5% of them are paid users, and they make up like
Yeah.
70% of their revenue.
How many people are really going to buy paid version of ChatGPT?
Well,
unless like you're a company.
yeah,
What does it actually offer?
it's
Smarter.
Better.
yeah, you
That's
get
one
better
part of
access.
it. There's a
Yeah, such as the fact that you also get access to like transcription software, to even like API keys that allow you to run like more sophisticated automation tasks for it. Like it's one of the things that you do get your money's worth, but to the normal people, they don't really need that. They could just run off of the default like regular stuff too, as if it's like a better search engine. But even then, Sam Altman is trying to like nerf the free version so much too that they're just making it so that you won't be able to use certain things. You can only type like certain messages per day too. And even gone to the point right now where if you're trying to use it as a search engine too, they're gonna start opening up your search engines to now be advertisements. That the ChatGPT will start, instead of giving you answers, they will throw you advertisements first.
They are rambling.
Yes, and this is coming
I'd be
from
so
the
mad if I
comment.
put in a prompt, something out, a really tough problem, help. It's like, you knock it off.
Yeah,
Didn't
and
ask
now
Did you
and
know
now
you
it's
can
like
get your answer by buying this book?
that's like shut up. It's like that is the only reason why people were using ChatGPT over like the Google searches, because let's be honest, Google search right now has literally went downhill by the time we all realized too that like people were mostly paying for like spots on the Google search. Yeah, Google searches in order for like advertisements, like marketability and whatnot. And this is becoming the same exact thing that they're doing. And if anything, too, Sam Altman even said too that he actually admires the current like the way how Instagram's algorithm functions too. And I'm gonna be the first one to say this too. I use Instagram. All it is just a fucking advertisement platform. That's all it is. So, and even he said earlier too that he wouldn't even think about like injecting ads into ChatGPT, only because he feels like that would be like the last thing that would ever happen for like their product. And look where we're at right.
Thing that
Yeah. So
So what happens after?
well,
Implosion.
yeah, like here's the thing about it, because they're even expecting right now with Sam Altman, like with OpenAI, they want to spend almost upwards to like trillions of dollars in data center infrastructure.
I know it all.
Yeah, and I am like at least shocked in the matter to like that they're allowing this much amount of money to just be burning through without a lot of people kind of asking like how actually feasible is this right now. And also be coming back to what I said earlier, where a researcher that created the whole language our large language model system that we use nowadays. Even he says too that like this isn't how we're supposed to be using AI. Like the genuine like technology and the system that would be the artificial intelligence that would be useful for us cannot be achieved with the current LLMs at all. To hell, LLMs were not supposed to do that. Like we're getting into even the more awkward like scientific progress. It's like it feels like it's halted for the sake of right now. Let's see if we can make as much money as we can right now to fund like the next branch or the next leg of the journey of artificial intelligence. And it's like I
But
don't
that's
know.
usually how things go, right? Something you discover, work on it, something that you expected
Yeah.
wanted
Or
normal.
slowly becomes something that
Yeah.
that's how all technology.
Yeah, it's just unfortunately right now too, there's been such a big public pushback right now too because it's affecting a lot of people's everyday lives too. Like as much as like I wouldn't say it's all because of AI, but lots of decision makings that happen because of the AI industry may have definitely caused a lot of like increased prices. For example, someone's utility bills actually went up by like 100% within the
Yeah,
last
if you
month.
live around a data all the water, people don't realize it, but setting command
Yeah,
price to
yeah,
go up.
yeah,
I mean, it's understandable. It is.
yeah.
I don't think it's what I think happened. There needs sort of like the government in some way, shape, or form now.
I mean, the funny you mentioned that too. There was an executive order that got signed, like I believe, a couple of weeks back, where our president Trump here is going to like have, in this case, AI companies pay their fair share of the utility increases. Effectively, what it sounds like there might be like a tax that might be placed upon these AI companies that are, in this case, using our current infrastructures, as it's also like putting a lot of strain on a lot of people that are in that industry, because this is also like affecting a lot of not just even normal people too. This could potentially also affect like other industries as well that need like water and electricity.
Yeah, I mean, it's not live around. We have to all of a sudden start 100% more water so that some guy behind pipe nonsense.
In this case, fucking cat videos of like barista or cat service workers yelling at customers. Those videos
Or
are
with
funny.
it.
Or dogs giving you the middle finger.
Yeah.
Or they can go on do all the cat guy stuff. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like where
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
having to run all that stuff.
Yeah, and on like the side of the regular people, I could 100% agree too that like yeah, AI system literally there's no inherent value for it for like normal people, because if
Yeah,
all it
and
is right now,
I should
yeah,
say, I should preface that if those I don't care, would have to.
right, because
Understand.
I mean because here's how I feel about that. I think this is definitely gonna be a hot take around this dude. I feel like right now with the way how we saw AI, I don't think it was supposed to be meant to be released to the public. Here's my
I
reasoning
don't
behind
know.
it. All right. So my reasoning behind it too is that I was actually talking with my coworker because within the company I work for too, I also recently went through a training that they're planning on trying to use AI systems in part of our products here. Now, not directly in our product, but it's like internal use only, where it's going to help us with like data management stuff and whatnot. The thing with that is that style of implementation too is something I'm more comfortable using versus everything else, because in my everyday life right now too, I don't typically use AI for anything more than just like help me aggregate some data. That's about it, really. And maybe that's just me coming about it as like a much more practical person. And I can't speak for everybody that uses AI for various different reasons, right? But in all genuine speaking too, I think right now the problem is like people are using AI to make it do like stuff that like as if it's another person, when in reality it's not another person. It's still like a computer. Like in this case, you had to be explicit. You had to make sure in whatever you send that message to the AI that you tell it exactly what you need, and it can give you the exact answers that you are looking for. So it's like before you even know what you're trying to ask it to hopefully get an answer for, you already know what the answer is. You're just framing the question a lot better so that the AI can give you what you want.
Yeah, you're prompting.
Yeah, that's why in this case, prompting engineering is a thing too. Yes, I will still make a joke about some things too, where like, oh, prompting engineering is so hard, which is like, yes, I agree with you, but unfortunately, the other people don't see it that way. So I kind of would just keep it on a low profile for the time being. But regardless, too, prompting is something that like it is a skill that you need to develop, because I have issues sometimes getting it to give me the answers that I would like to see it as. But that's only because like I don't know how to prompt shit correctly too, and I'm learning it every day how to do it. But regardless, that's why like I don't think this is the current AI LLM stuff right now. I feel like it should have been used as more like a business to business enterprise, like internal tooling solution, more than it should be like similar to the way how Microsoft is giving out like new computers and new phones and like that. Like it's a new technology you can buy right now.
I'm sure it is. Okay,
It's
maybe.
like maybe, yeah. But it's like you guys gotta understand where I'm coming from when I have this reasoning. Like in all aspects too, I don't it's hard for me to really say that like people just are not like capable of like doing that too. No, I think people can be capable of doing so. It's just that right now, not everyone is gonna have that time to like develop that skill, which only for me it makes sense too that like it feels much better as more like an internal tool within like another business, whether rather than be sort of like a personal thing that someone can use like an everyday basis, especially if you're using it as a service from another company. Because right now we're even like self-hosting a lot of our stuff right now too, Victor. And even then too, sometimes I forget to use the chat model every now and then too, but it is there if we need it. But even then, it's like I can't really think of like a good way to actively use it for other things outside of like saying, hey, the open web UI that you self-host with Olama and whatnot. Yeah, like I can't even like bring myself to really use that as much too. Yeah. But I mean, that's the benefit of like self-hosting. You're not like feeling like you should be able to use it, but because you have the ability to self-hosting a lot of stuff too, you actually have more control over the system. Therefore, you can actually say stuff to it, and it won't be censored like in some AI models.
Censored.
Yeah, especially something when you try to type something in DeepSeek. Depending on which one you're typing for, it will actively try to censor, or as it's typing out, it will just say, nope, cannot process it.
What does that kind of prompt?
DeepSeek is, in this case, a Chinese-based AI too, and you could guess what the people in public would try to ask it to try to answer. So I'll leave that open to interpretation for the viewers here. But yeah, that's at least my hot take with it too. I feel like right now with it too, I feel like it should have only been seen as like something that should be either a business to business operation stuff too, or probably in this case more of like a open tooling or self-hosting style like format that like you can download this and try it out yourself and then come up with it that way too. Because obviously I don't think it was gonna stop these companies from trying to turn this into a product regardless. It's just the way how I see it too, is like their current offerings for this product is like not appealing. At least that's my hot take with it. I don't think it's appealing for me, but a lot of people also don't really like this shit either too. Hell, we even saw the same things that happened with CES, with this year's CES, yeah. With what was it, the weight scale that we saw that was AI programmed too? Hell, even Asus monitors now have fucking AI features in it.
That's weird.
Yeah. Want to know what this AI feature has, Michael? So apparently too, depending on the games you have here too, it would display if you have a health bar, it will display it as like an LED bar that's built into the monitor down below, even though that's like, okay, I don't know why I would need this, but sure, right? The other feature is that like if you're playing like competitive game, it will highlight players for you.
That's crazy, right?
Well, in this case, it looks like based on a demo, it will only highlight if they're in your view. Like they won't do like wall clipping or whatnot. Yeah. But the craziest one is too that like it even adjusts, in this case, the contrast of your monitors so that it reduces the time that you're flashbanged. Now that's actually fucking cheating.
You can't catch me paying money. A monitor does nonsense.
It's like I can understand too that they're just trying ways to like fucking market this shit, but man, we're just explicitly just selling cheats right out in the open, aren't we? Huh? Yeah, like I said too, the whole right now the craze with the AI systems right now, I think right now it's only going to get worse from here on, right? And I do think there is going to actually be some benefits that we will see happening too. For example, things that's happening with like Meta right now, they're currently eating ass with their current like Olama programmings or Olama LLMs right now too. Because it turns out, oh, we thought at first that they were actually really good. Turns out they might have botched some numbers whenever testing came around, whenever they were like testing the LLMs. So that already decreases their credibility. Google's like Gemini stuff too, they're barely holding on. It's starting to look good, but it's also not looking that great too whenever they got hit with the monopoly lawsuit a while back. And now we are looking at Microsoft right now too, which they themselves are currently like PR wise, they are publicly hated by a lot of people, even by businesses too, because out of all of the AI products that Microsoft has made that they made people like use, what is the one product that people actually do like to use? that actually had like Copilot built into it? The answer is kind of funny, actually. If you want to take a guess at this one too, Michael, out of all the Microsoft product here, which one do you think had the best uses of AI that a lot of people did not mind using or seeing in their program? It's fucking Excel.
Tell.
Yes. Who would have thought? An AI, when you make it trained off of only numbers, make it look at different Excel spreadsheets and say, hey, can you make a formula to calculate all of this stuff? And it can do just that. That's probably like the best use cases so far right now.
I like
But
that.
when you do what it does best and read through data, right?
yeah, so it's like, why it's everybody's doing this too, where it's just like, yeah, nobody likes this fucking shit too. Why the fuck do we have, why is Copilot in Microsoft Paint? Why is Copilot in Notepad? Like, why can't I
It
not
writes it
just,
out.
it's like, no, it's like, what the fuck? It's meant to be a scratch notes too. Nobody uses the Copilot and asks it to correct what is going on. It's a lot of the nonsense too. They're even trying to make Microsoft Paint have Copilot AI. People don't use that as an actual fucking drawing tool. What the fuck? We use that to draw like shitty memes on that shit too, or drawing very poorly drawn graphs to prove a point. Or unless you're fucking pirate software that uses it for almost everything, but also become a fucking phony for the rest of the world. Sorry, that might have been slanderous. Allegedly a phony.
Careful.
So, yeah, I know. I should be careful when saying that type of shit. But I digress.
We're the hot trash podcast, bro. We talk shit out of you.
Yeah, I mean, true, but at the same time, they can still hit us with lawsuits of slander too. So you know what? I will just say allegedly a phony. Still carries the same weight, but at the same time, I would say legality-wise, I said allegedly. I didn't say anything else that proved otherwise. There's many evidence to support it, but at the very end, I will say allegedly.
Okay.
That doesn't. God damn it, Victor! No, he's trying to get me fucking sued. I do
State
it.
my opinion, bro.
True, but
Can't do anything
What-
about that.
yeah, and this also goes back to one of your other questions too about like the RAM software, or not RAM software, the RAM hardware prices. Yeah, download more RAM. Oh my god,
Gotta
God,
download some more RAM.
yeah, God. So that's currently right now the whole reasoning right now is like, yeah, it feels really bad right now too. Seeing again, we see the RAM prices go up to lots of like companies. Not even lots, just one company in general, like Micron, that's pulling out to that were responsible for making a Crucial brand. I mean, we've heard, at least I've heard that in this case too, where Samsung, yes, they're trying to like make sure the customer demands are met too. But in general, all they can really do is that like they just increase the price, their enterprise models for a lot of their products for these AI companies. But it's like they're also like given money for products that aren't even like built yet as well. So that's also another strange thing that's happening as well. Because some people speculate, oh, with all this money, does that mean they're going to build more manufacturing plants? No, not really.
Grouping their losses first.
Yeah. Because like what was it? Like even before all this too, let's be honest here with all of us here. RAM was really cheap back then.
Yeah.
Your back then was only last year.
Yeah, true. Like just a year ago, RAM was like super
Not
cheap.
even
too.
just a year ago. Literally a few months ago.
God, I don't want to think about like how bad things have gone already for the past like time span. All right, Victor, I'll try to make it sound better for me.
Shut your ass up.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, no, it's pretty bad right now for like the short time frame that we see prices go up. Like just a few while ago, it was affordable. At least for a lot of people, it's affordable. But that was because RAM makers, they overproduced on a lot of products, so they were effectively kind of selling at a loss. Because before all like this stuff, when like RAM prices were going up, they already announced that they were gonna halt a lot of production then too, because like they made too much and they're just trying to like recoup back the cost. So this is sort of less like a rubber band effect that's currently happening, albeit it shouldn't be as severe as we see it now. But here we are, right? There's even reports right now too where like fucking AMD and Nvidia are like stirring back up production again to make like lower model cards. So for you, for anyone out there that's looking for 4060s or 5060s right now too, you might be in luck. There might be some in the market at some point. Yeah, man. Like, if I
It's
wrong,
lost for words.
yeah, I'm at a loss for words about it too, because like I don't know. Do I feel like I'm maybe blowing this out of proportion, like how bad things have gotten to, or I don't know. It's like all the things that feel absurd to me. It's like some reason these guys like the ones higher up there making decisions are treating this as normal, right? And
Well, of course, they're not going to be like, this is Apple.
yeah, I mean, at least a good thing
It's
about
abnormal them not making money.
yeah, that's true. Like yeah, and it's like a lot of people 100% agree with the fact that as much as like we understand too that like yeah, this sucks that we can't get any RAM because of like the AI stuff too. But we understand that like these AI RAM makers, they would be crazy for not accepting the deal of what was effectively like $1 billion deal to produce RAM for these AI companies. Like you would be considered insane if you didn't take that deal that was on the table. And honestly, we're just kind of have to deal with it right now too. So yeah, sorry for anyone that wants to build like their own potential computer too. Hell, we're still trying to upgrade our servers too, but that's going to be put on pause for a bit too because how volatile the whole market space is right now. Yeah. But to the
The
question,
the only thing I'm grateful for, got 64 gigs of RAM before the whole
Yeah.
craze started.
Damn, you got 64 gigs for how much?
130.
Yeah, I was
Jeez.
wanting to buy more
Which-
RAM and looked, and I saw that prices were at like 100. And I was like,
Here's
what's
here's
going on?
here's the wild 130. I thought that was expensive because it was cheaper not too long ago. I was waiting for a sale.
My God.
I do.
I saw one for like like close to 100. I was like, yeah, you know what? I'll just give it some time, and then it sold out. And then what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, it's like that was like the early indicator something was not right. But yeah. So, I mean, this is also something that I want to ask you, Victor, too. How do you feel about like people's sentiment that they're saying that they can't wait for this AI bubble to pop here?
Well, that's just like anything nowadays. They just can't wait for anything, the prices and all that good stuff. They just want prices to come. It's not because of it, because everything's expensive.
Yeah, like, and here's like the whole thing that feels like a gut punch to everyone that wants to believe in like the bubble that's gonna fix everything. It most definitely isn't gonna fix a lot of stuff. It might address some things in a short run, but in reality, that's not really what's gonna happen to all these AI companies that will eventually they may develop themselves to bankruptcy. They're just gonna get bought out by a bigger company at like literally a discounted price. And guess what? Because of the AI technology, it's actually fucking like tangible technology that they can actually like use and make use of. It's not like the way how crypto happened too. That crypto bubble popped like was kind of crazy actually.
The bubble just popped and expanded and popped like constantly.
Yeah. So
Well, crypto's
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, crypto is whatever. I think with the current state with AI too, holy shit. I don't think it's gonna like be fixed the way how we think it's going to be. We just hope for the most part too that like every one of us is still standing by the time it pops. That's all we're hoping for to happen here because man, everyone is just like so like jaded out by like the tech companies too. It's even like trying to say otherwise that like companies are like so like taken back to why people are not using AI without them not developing the common sense to really think about like can people even afford to even use your AI models? Because I think what it was in order to use ChatGPT, like their paid for subscription model, I think it's like $20 a month.
$20 cheapest, but that has that.
Yeah, that one has a,
$20, and then
oh
the most expensive is 200.
Wait,
Oh,
wait.
yeah.
So right, not have no ads, but dumb AI, where you dollars a month to have smarter at the cost ads.
Oh no, the
Yeah.
free model still has ads too, by the way. Like they're just saying
I've
too, they're like,
seen
oh, apparently too, some people are saying too that like they can't really trust it otherwise too, because half the time, if the answer is genuinely coming from like it actually looking for something on the internet, or it's being told on another algorithm system to show you this information first over anything,
It just
because
tells
it's
me
not.
they don't understand what they're looking at.
Yeah, there's that too. Like I said too. So all in all, too, Michael, it's supposed to be like not AI, not ads in the sense that we see like every day nowadays too, but the results can definitely be skewed to like showcase you something different than like an actual answer would.
And that sounds like a lack in trust. Why would I trust an algorithm to own ad correctly?
Well, that's what a lot of people are thinking right now too. At that point, like ChatGPT is becoming its own issue problem that we have with Google search right now. Like I said earlier, yeah, we're living in a very
You
crazy
can't just
time.
have a good product. They always gotta do something.
Yeah, and shitification. The purpose of it too is so that they can get people to use the paid subscription model. Like it's literally the same shit that Netflix is doing, right?
Why would I trust the subscription model if it's also cost nonsense?
Who knows? That's why they're gonna get you to the higher tier ones. It's the same way with Netflix too. Yes, you need to get a subscription to watch their stuff. But even on like the lowest tier, you can only watch a select few in 720p. And they will also throttle your streaming as well for random reasons.
Well, not random reason.
Okay, yeah, not random reasons. We all know too that they want you on the
It's
highest
not
tier.
random.
Yeah, and it's the same shit too. What Microsoft is doing as well too. They want people to like be more accustomed to like getting used to like the service. You won't own anything too. Hell, I don't remember if it was Jeff Bezos that said this or another tech billionaire that said this. But at some point, based on the way like how expensive PC hardware has become too, a lot of people, someone said that they should be comfortable at this point where you no longer need to worry about trying to build computers because of how expensive it is, and you should be like grateful that you can now just subscribe to computational power instead through cloud.
Guy, much money telling I should grind.
Effectively, yes.
Yeah, you can truly download more RAM.
Man, like that was supposed to be a meme. God damn it! Here we
Well, you
God.
know, some people like to bring memes to reality. I don't know, man.
I mean, it wasn't technically a meme. You could actually just download more RAM. It's not actually a downloading more RAM. You're downloading viruses. Do not actually do that for people that are curious.
Well, if you want to be real technical, it just takes up more. It just takes up space on the hard drive.
That too, I guess.
That's what swap RAM, memory swap. But that's aside.
Right. I was honest. If anything else, if this was under like better circumstances, I would genuinely be excited with like AI development too, because that sounds like really helpful and cool for genuine society, right? Like they can do stuff that we don't have to really like monotonously do to it that can help us focus on other things. But you know, that's only wishful thinking here, right? It's not like people that, to make it lack for a better for worse too, not everybody can do the jobs of like other things too. Sometimes they can only be like the punch pressers. They can only ever be like the one task that they specialize in too, just because they legitimately cannot actually do much more. It's like with AI too. I would feel bad too if they displace a lot of people that are not able to adapt, but the cruel reality is you're gonna have to adapt one way or the other, right?
I mean, that's just how it is over. I know people don't like it, but you know, throughout the years, companies evolving, just technology is changing things. That people, what the fuck was that?
Huh?
It's like a big popping.
Oh no, it's one of them exploding trees.
You know what? It could be.
Jesus.
Either way, technology changes, companies evolve. People with skills that are no longer useful to companies, they're just gonna go. They're just gonna go away, basically.
Right. Well,
That's
like,
just how it is. People don't like change. People don't want to feel relevant. I get it, but times change and people need to change.
right. And even then too, like some people are even saying that otherwise too. Like this is me kind of making it as an anecdote for like AI art that's going around. I do believe a generative AI art is actually harmful for a lot of people. But for others saying too, to say like, guys, we did everything that we could. We bullied out all the people that are using Gen AI art. We don't see that anymore. Press exit out. Are you sure about that? I've seen some things that people are using Gen AI art recently too. And I'm honestly kind of scared with it right now that like it's getting hard to actually tell difference right now. Even with all the AI videos that we see, it's very scary accurate. So
Pressed out.
yeah, I say exit out for people saying that like they can like spot the differences of reality and AI. When nowadays too, I'm having trouble like trying to figure that shit out, because usually there would be very easy telltale signs. But nowadays, people are finding ways to go around it too. They're finding ways to address it. It's getting crazy. It's getting scarier too. We even see right now with OpenAI, and also I believe it was Universal Groups or like the music group too, that they have a collaboration together now. So now OpenAI now has a repertoire access of all music and songs. So generation or AI generated songs might be a thing. I don't know.
I mean, technically, it is already a thing.
Yeah, it is already a thing. I did try it out before too, and it's actually pretty crazy.
AI generating music. Wonderful. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I love all the Donald Trump AI covers. But like I said too, we're getting into a very weird time in like human history here when we have discovered this type of technology. I don't think socially speaking we are prepared for that. But what better way to like actually test ourselves if we could overcome this than now, right? Because otherwise too, man, we're about to see some weird fucking shit coming in. But yeah, right now this is as much as I can like bring on a talk along about the AI talk here too. As if anything, we'll cut it short here to give all you guys time to rest here. And also Victor has a big trip ahead of him. But also that means too that I will definitely have to like get other people to be my replacement co-host. I'll probably get with you, Michael, probably at some point for another recording session. We could do other talks too, like either some sci-fi or even fiction talk and whatnot, especially since at least for the most part, I can at least talk with you about movies and whatnot. I can't talk movies about this fucking kid here without talking about K-pop or Korean drama movies. But to be fair though, I do love some of the K-drama films.
Who?
Yeah, you
What are you
bitch.
talking about?
You.
I don't watch K dramas. You fuck.
So I'm buying that. But there are a certain few
I
that we
don't
do
even
like.
listen to. I don't even listen to K-pop anymore.
That's a fucking lie.
Well, yeah, prove it.
We were looking at the Twice concert tickets not too long ago.
That doesn't mean I listen to K-pop.
All right,
I've
fine,
enjoyed
fine.
Twice for like plus.
All right, fine. I won't stop slaying. I will stop slandering you for now then.
I will not stop.
Well, Michael won't stop slandering you here.
No, I was saying we tried.
Nah, I'm pushing an agenda here. But yes. Anyways, thank you all for tuning in another week here. Oh, I guess it's depending on when I record this, it'll be like another week here too. But I'll probably start rocking and recording more sessions probably next week too. But it'll be like still weekly uploads. Anyways, thank you all for tuning in tonight. Bye bye.